Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. Before we get started with the actual podcast that I recorded with these two guys, I just want to say that this was recorded in a hotel in San Diego. I didn't have my full setup of equipment and everything, so the audio quality is not going to be as good or crisp as it was in either the first episode or what you might expect in the next episode. This is a pretty ghetto setup. So if there are points where the audio is a little bit lower or not as clear or whatever, just bear with me. It's usually not going to be like this. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up so you know that going into it. But anyway, enjoy this conversation with Fuzzy and Shelfy. Thank you guys for listening to the podcast. Please rate it on whatever platform you're listening to it on. And yeah, enjoy the video or podcast. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Koogs podcast. This is the second episode of basically the reboot of this podcast. Thank you for the really good reception on the first one. It's now officially on iTunes and like the Apple Podcast Store or app or whatever. So it's a lot more official this time around. So
you're syndicated.
What?
You're nationally syndicated.
Whose voice is this? Why am I hearing somebody else?
Yeah, who is that guy?
I'm a Spectrum.
Today on the podcast, I actually have a special one. I told you guys that I would be putting guests on here from time to time, and it just so happens that I am in a position where I can have a couple of my really good friends on here. So most of you guys, if you are coming from my YouTube channel, will already know them. But the first guest I have is Fuzzy.
What's going on, guys? It's Fuzzy. I am tired.
Oh boy, yeah, we are recording this at 10 o'clock at night.
But you know what? It's going to be a good time.
Yeah,
it's going to be a good time.
Fun. And then the other guy we got is the other big dog in the MLB world of content creation. We have the man himself, sorry.
That's disrespectful.
We got Dan the Man Robinson Shelfy in the building.
I just want to note, it's 10 o'clock here, but I'm from the other side of the country.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like 1 a.m. for me.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
1 o'clock in the morning. Dude, I haven't stayed up until 1 in a while. I'm
Really?
Grandpa.
Wow.
I'm in bed by 10, 11.
Nah, dude, I go to bed at like 4.
You guys
3,
are crazy.
4.
No, thank you.
I go to the gym at midnight, so yeah.
I go to gym at 6:30.
Yeah, well, you're weird. No,
I
actually, that's normal.
usually stream at night, but when I'm not streaming, when I'm just hanging out with Ash, I fall asleep by like 9, Grandpa style.
So who was
I'm
Ash? So who was Ash?
the wife, man.
Wifey bombs.
The wife.
Dude, you got some big stuff coming up.
I do.
You got some big stuff. I don't know what
I
Koogs
do.
want to touch on, but man, Mr. Shelfy, gonna be a dad.
Just a little side note. I don't know if you guys can hear this loud noise, but we're recording this in a hotel in San Diego, and San Diego is right next to a huge naval base. So there are military planes flying all over the place.
And you
all
know what's
day long.
funny? We've been hanging out with guys from out here all day, and they continue their conversations right through.
Yeah,
Like
all the
nothing
time.
happened.
Like nothing's going on. It's like, I can't hear you, bro.
Sir, please speak up or pause.
No, dude, they champ right through it. It's like they don't even hear it.
Yeah,
It's like just tuned out.
I guess it's just the way it is. But anyway, you got some big things coming up, as Fuzzy said. You're gonna be a papa.
Yeah,
That's crazy, man.
about 4 months from now,
Dude.
I'm gonna have a little one.
So when's the official due?
The official due date is May 22nd. The baby will probably come on the 15th because that's my birthday, and you know, nothing screams your life is not valuable anymore. Quite like your child having the same birthday as you.
Do you feel like you're ready, or do you not know?
No, I'm 100% ready.
Like,
Yeah, we were trying. It was
Yeah.
planned. Everything by the book. We've been together for 10 years.
Yeah.
We've been married for 2. I'm a couple years older than most of the guys in the gaming community, so I'm a little bit more prepared.
got some experience. Yeah,
I'm ready. Yeah, I got some experience.
What's-
Plus, Ashley has 3 sisters and a brother, and she has like 5 million nieces and nephews, and they're all in the 8 to 12-year-old range. So I've been dealing with her infant relatives our
For a
entire
while now.
relationship.
Yeah.
So we're ready.
And I'm not good with kids. So like,
Really?
Oh, we know.
Yeah. You know, you saw the video of Coop's kid on my life. No, yeah, it's like thinking about even having a kid, because you and I aren't that far off in age. You're how old?
26.
26. I'm turning 24 in a couple weeks. So
Yeah.
like, we're really not that far off. And the fact that you're saying like, oh, I'm ready. Like I know I'm ready. I'm just like, dude, I can't even imagine. Like that's having a child and being responsible for it is like so far out of my comfort zone right now. I can barely take care of Henry.
Bro,
And
if I had a kid tomorrow, I'd be fine with it. Like, I love kids.
Yeah.
They're just
You guys are just
they're a good time. They're fun.
You're gonna be a good dad.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
You're gonna be a good dad for sure.
I think I'm gonna be a good dad.
You're gonna be a good dad. You're just like the American Bachelor right now. See, when I was your age, I was already 8 years into this relationship.
Yeah.
So you're not.
I got a lot of time ahead of me.
Yeah, you're slaying.
I'm not trying. I don't know about slaying, but I'm not trying to set that course this early on. I'm trying to at least have a little bit of fun.
But Shelf also avoided like the weird cycle that we're in right now, kind of like the millennial Tinder phase. There's not very many Ashleys out there anymore. Let me tell you.
There's not. No. I've never downloaded Tinder. I missed that wave.
Okay, now there's Bumble.
Be thankful that you never downloaded Tinder.
Let me tell you.
I got a Tinder story that
you have a Tinder story.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay. I don't go on Tinder. I don't fuck with Tinder. I don't like the app.
We can cuss on this thing.
Yeah, you go full raw in here. I don't like the app at all. It weirds me out.
It's raunchy.
Yeah, it's really creepy. But I downloaded Tinder a couple weeks ago for like 30 minutes. I was just like, I'm just going to scroll and see what's on here, right? Just hang out. And I'm standing in front of the shower. I'm waiting for the water to warm up or whatever. And I'm just swiping. And back when I used to have it, I made sure that I set like my search parameters to where I couldn't find any of my friends. Because I don't want to see anybody I know on Tinder. Like I don't want to see that. If whatever you're throwing out there for dudes to look at, like I don't want to look at that. Like you're my homie. Like I don't want to see that. So I'm swiping, and I find somebody that I know, and I'm like, I didn't want to see your this is weird. And then I'm like, well, I'm already here. I guess it like resets your search history or whatever whenever you re-download it. So I try to hit her bio, which is like a little just button next to her name. And on Tinder, it's all about swiping. You swipe left, you swipe right. Well, if you swipe up, you super like them, and that like gives them a notification.
Auto like,
it like gives them everything. Like they can see that you super liked them and stuff. And I tried to hit the little profile or bio on her, and I accidentally like moved my fat ass thumb too far, and it super liked her. And I was like, oh shit! No, this is really fucking awkward if this is seen. So I'm standing there, I'm freaking out. I'm like, no, I can't fucking have this happen, whatever. This is
and
weird.
You're naked.
I'm butt ass. Yeah, I'm standing in front of the shower. I'm panicking because I'm like audibly in the bathroom. I'm like, oh, fuck. So my mom is probably in the next room. She's probably like, what is going on in that bathroom?
Is Tim losing his virginity right now?
Is that why the shower is on? Is he drowning out the noise? No. And so I'm just sitting there, I'm freaking out, and I'm looking on the internet. I'm like, how do you delete a super like? Like, how do you get rid of this?
You can't.
There's nothing there.
To delete the app.
And then there's one little article that says you can get rid of a super like, or you can manage your super likes if you have Tinder Plus, which is like the paid version of Tinder.
This guy.
And I'm like, I'm not paying $10 to delete a super like. Like I'm not doing that. I'll write it out if that's the case. So I'm like, fuck. So I go back to the app and I'm just scrolling and I see Tinder Plus on there and I click it. And it says free trial available. And I'm like, oh.
I'm in the clear.
This might solve my problem. Click Tinder Plus, hit confirm, because it says free trial. Next thing I know, I get a notification on my phone that says, thank you for your purchase of Tinder Plus. Your account has been charged $10. And I was like, wait, I am now in the whole $10 when you said it was going to be free? So I'm like, what the fuck now? So I'm trying to figure that all out. And then 5 minutes later, I get a text from my brother, and it says, yo, Tinder Plus, huh? I see you, Tim. I'm on an Apple like family account, so his card is the one that got charged. So now, not only did I super like this girl that I didn't mean to super like, I'm $10 in the hole, and now my brother has to think that I have to spend money if I'm trying to get some ass.
And your shower water is probably ice cold.
Yeah, that shit was going off, and so I just was like, nope. I like deactivated my Tinder, deleted the app, and I'm never going back to that, dude. It was the most.
Did you ever talk to the friend?
As far as I know, she still doesn't know. She's probably listening to this right now, and she probably has figured it out. But yeah,
I have a similar story. Like my Tinder was popping a couple weeks ago, and this girl, Koogs, actually met this person. Really cool girl, but like we had a fallout, so I wasn't trying to talk to her. So it's like on Tinder, I'm trying to find the block button, right? Because her profile came up, so I'm swiping everywhere trying to find a block button, and I super like her on accident. So I just had to delete my whole app. I had like 211 matches. I just all gone.
Super likes are like they're so weird. It's such a weird concept that it like sends you like it like lets you know that this person super likes you, because the whole point of Tinder is that you swipe right if you see somebody like you think is cute or whatever. There's the hope that they might have already swiped on you, and you're like, oh shit, we got a match. But if you super like them, they can see that you super like them. It's really weird.
You should be happy that you missed that on that
Wait,
phase of life.
so when you swipe right on someone, they don't know that you like that you did that?
Not until you swipe right as well. Like if you're completely
so you only get an alert if you get straight up, if you both swipe on each other.
Yeah.
And the super like is pretty much like,
yo, this dude's fucking into you. Like,
that's like the I want to stick it in.
Yeah, it's like mad creepy.
That's wild.
Yeah, dude. Be thankful that you never got on that wave.
Man.
And then there's one called Bumble now, so it's supposed to be more for like the women, where if I match with someone, I can't message her. So it's all like the women to do it. It's all weird, dude.
Yeah. I had Bumble for a minute and nothing happened off that.
Oh really?
I was not getting down on Bumble, dude. It was weird.
I'm gonna sound like that guy, but it's too easy. It's just boring now. Like, it's just one of those things. I'm at a point.
What's up, bro? It's
no,
too easy.
No, for real.
You're just drowning in fucking snatch all night? What's going on, dude?
Yo, for real, dog. We got some stories to talk about. But no, it's just I want to be in Shelfy's shoes. I'll be real. Like, I want a kid. I want someone I could cuddle with. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, Ashley,
I'm not trying to be with 10 different people.
Ashley, I wouldn't be sitting here.
Yeah.
Ashley is a saint. She's a saint.
I've met her 3 or 4 times now.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time. She's
a saint.
Yeah.
She was way beyond her years maturity wise from the gate. Like I met her when she was 13.
Yeah.
And even then she was just, there's not very many Ashleys at all. She does everything straight and narrow, but she's not a nun either.
No,
but she's
the thing about Ashley is, like, you know, we've both met her, but like the first time I met her, I think was when we were in Vegas. Or no. Was she at EA Play?
No, she wasn't at EA Play.
So it was Vegas.
Yeah,
so that was the first time. But like we, met up with you and everything, and like you introduced us to Ashley, and it felt like she was like just one of the people we had known forever.
Yeah,
like she's super personable. Like she's really, really just.
Like, she can talk to anybody.
Yeah, she's super
really
cool.
Relatable, super nice.
Yeah. How did you guys meet?
She's gonna be a great mom. Funny story on how we met, right? So,
I already know the stories.
Buddy of mine.
I know you've told me, but I think I forgot.
I was with a buddy of mine, and they're twins. I have 2 friends that are twins, Mike and Matt. And Matt was dating Ashley's cousin at the time, Brittany. So we were all planning on, 4 of us were planning on going to the movies. Me, Mike, Matt, and Brittany. So me and my buddy Mike were joking around that we're dating. Like, it's a double date, and me and Mike are going together. And Matt will be there with Brittany. Well, Brittany shows up with Ashley. And so now there's 3 dudes and 2 girls. And me and my buddy Mike, we played a best of 3 rock, paper, scissors to see who would sit next to her. And I won. Sat next to her. We just kind of hit it off at the movie and, like, never looked back. This is back when, like, AOL instant messaging was a thing, too. So, like, after the movies, we went home and, like, we talked on AIM all night. And then it was, like, every weekend just talking on the phone.
We didn't have AIM, huh?
No, I did for a hot second.
Yeah,
From, like, 6 to 8th grade, I was on AIM.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I didn't talk to anybody because I didn't have any friends in 6th to 8th grade.
that makes perfect sense because it died around, like, 10th, 11th grade for us.
So, yeah.
Did you guys have a MySpace?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Dude, my top 8.
Bro, think about how just dysfunctional that social media platform was. You ranked your friends.
I didn't even think about that, dude. Bro. I was like, shit, dog, I'm going to put this guy at number 1, and then, you could be number 2. You're right up there. But it's like, the fuck, bro? Why am I number 2? Like, I didn't lose any friends over that, but goddamn, that would have been an easy way to lose friends.
Me either, because, I mean, that came out when we were, like, dumb young. But, like, imagine ranking your friends on a social media platform now. There were 20 to 30-year-olds on MySpace.
Well, it was like, Snapchat had a kind of a feature like that before.
They got rid of that. It was the top 3.
The best friends or whatever. So, like, you could see who was Snapchatting you the most? Or,
that was weird. Like, if you were...
Like, dude, if you were talking
to someone,
like, dude, and you saw, like, fucking John was, one of her best friends on Snapchat, you were like, I don't know how this is gonna work, my girl.
Bro. That's the downside to social media, because I'm sure, like, a lot of people watching have the same shit that we go through, where it's like you go through your stalking phase, like, what's this chick up to? Why isn't she texting back? Blah blah blah. Just get rid of social media, man.
Since December, I've made
like
a decision that once a month I take like 3 days off all social media and just like kind of cleanse myself. Like that sounds so fucking dramatic.
No, it's not dramatic.
No, just a phrase. I just cleanse myself.
No, you need to.
We make a living on social media. Like our jobs are literally social media, and I think it's a necessity that people put their phones down.
It's bad, bro.
I mean, I get like 4 to 6 hours a day of screen time on my cell phone, and most of it's working or like networking and stuff. But like, it's not good.
It's awful.
The amount of people that put the same amount of time into social media that we do just for the sake of it is kind of sickening.
No, I don't like. I don't know, dude. Like I talked about it in my last podcast, but I have such a bad like anxiety issue that if I like see something on social media that makes me uncomfortable, it could be involving one of my friends, it could be involving a situation that's going on in the world, whatever. Like I will really not like. For a couple hours, I'll be just kind of out of it. Like I'm just like social media fucks with me so much that sometimes I wish that this isn't how, like you're saying, I made my living. But at the same time, like I'd rather do this than anything else.
Yeah, well, I mean the way that people make money on social media, I think is totally okay. The issue with social media is we're desensitizing our youth. You can find anything on Twitter. There's videos of people getting stabbed and shot on Twitter.
Yeah, I've seen horrible. I saw some dude jump off a building and land on a pole, dude. That one fucked me up a little bit.
That one messed me up for a while. There was one I saw last night. It was like every time someone retweets this, I unfollow them automatically. Like if you retweet something like this, I'm just blocking you. But it was like it could be murder. It could be some sexual thing. It could be like NSPCA tweeting out something about like a dog missing an eye because I'm not trying to see that stuff.
I remember a couple months ago a video popped up on my Twitter feed. It was it was like a foreign country, but apparently the guy was a rapist.
Yeah,
and they
stoned him.
They literally they busted his head open with stone.
I didn't even see this one.
Like the locals found him before the police, and they just killed him in the street. Like blew his head open with rocks and stones.
And it was all filmed or like
filmed like on a cell phone recorded, and it was put up on Twitter. I'm sure it was brought down at some point, but by the time I say it had like 250,000 likes.
That should go viral quick,
real quick. And I'm talking like you're seeing blood squirt. Like it was like terrible. 5 to 10-year-old kids are seeing that stuff.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, but it's funny because it's like the more you see it, the more you get desensitized. Like when I had that whole Vegas shooting thing, there's a year that goes past where it's like you have trouble hearing stuff, and it's like life goes on.
Yeah,
and it's the same thing. Like I'm sure Koogs, you're gonna think about Thousand Oaks and everything like that, but a year's gonna go by, and you're like, oh shit. I didn't even make that connection anymore. So it sucks that we are being desensitized to the worst in the world, and we haven't even really seen the worst.
And it's because of social media, the desensitizing is happening at such a younger age now,
at a quicker rate.
Whereas when we were growing up, most of us didn't get cell phone. How old were you guys when you got your first cell phone?
I was like 13.
Yeah, I was like 12, 13.
I was like about to be in high school, and it was a Razor flip phone, and it was like 7th or 8th grade when I got it.
Mine was a Nokia. I could only make I had minutes. Like I could make 7 calls a week.
This generation of kids are coming up where like they're being babysat by cell phones. And they're on cell phones always.
Like we didn't have the internet or YouTube or anything on our phones at the time. Like it was just literally send a text or send a picture message to your friend.
Why I'm such a big gamer. That's all I knew how to do. I would go to school, I'd go to practice, I'd come home and play video games. That was my life. I didn't talk to people all night. It wasn't a thing.
Yeah, like the people who are watching right now, I know they're like a good amount of the people are our age, but I know a lot of the people aren't. Like they're coming up in the age that we're kind of talking about. We're not saying it's
looking
horrible.
At you.
Yeah, right.
You
guys, little Jimmy, little Eric Moreno, if you guys are watching this. We're not saying it's bad, but we're saying there should be a better balance.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like I think with social media, I mean, let's be honest, I got through math because of Quizlet and stuff like that. So it's like it's aided me, but it's also made me worse in a lot of ways. So just balance it out.
Well, don't even get me started on public school testing. And
dude, don't even get me college. There's a lot of things that we could talk about, but
social media, like it's got so many positives, but it's also got so many negatives that go with it. Like the fact that you can connect with anybody in the world at any point in milliseconds.
It's amazing.
It's incredible. It's easy. The internet is easily the greatest invention
of all time
ever. But it's also got so many negatives, which we were just talking about, that it's like you just have to be able to find that balance of what's too much, what's too, like whatever. And I'm definitely at the point where I have not found that balance because like social media will fuck with me.
Yeah, there was a stat that came out where like 14 years ago, before social media, like 7% of men our age, like 13, 14 years old, had anxiety. Now it's up like 34%.
Dude, this generation is sad.
And also, like,
this generation's depressed.
Look at Juice WRLD's music is like #1 everywhere, and it's like I like Juice WRLD.
I can't like his music anymore. I'm not trying to talk about pills making me feel better.
Yeah, like I'm driving home.
Dude, I get depressed. Like I get just like Koogs in your first podcast. Like I get down sometimes, but I'm not trying to listen to Juice WRLD preach on Twitter every single day that he needs a girl to be happy and that he needs pills to feel a certain way. You know what I mean? Like some people need that.
It's depressing.
But I mean, Shelf can attest to this because we're both into our faith. So like we have things going on. So it's like there's other things that you can do, but man, like the things that are thrown at these kids, like just take pills, drink a bit of lean, skip out in school, just do what you want, you be cool. It sucks for kids nowadays.
Yeah,
I feel bad. Like my younger brother, I can see it affecting him. He kind of has a fuck it mentality, and that's like the mentality for most kids nowadays.
I graduated high school 5.5 years ago, which really isn't that long, but just knowing like what I see on social media now, like high school's so much different. Like how like these kids communicate, how relationships are made. Relationships will start and end on Snapchat, and I'm just like, it's weird, man. Like I don't. It's just
there's a significant lack in the genuine conversation.
Yes, social anxiety is at an all-time high.
And for a lot of people that deal with a really bad social anxiety, talking through a phone is good for them.
Yeah,
but
it's not.
I think that's a low percentage.
Yeah,
it's a very low percentage.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like I said. You just got to find the balance and. Yeah, it's hard to find that balance. Like it's not an easy thing to do. But
no, it's going to be something I'm going to be managing with the baby.
You have to think about.
I'm raising a kid now, and I'm going to be working on social media, and my kid's probably going to be in a lot of my stuff.
Yeah,
but I'm probably not giving my kid a cell phone until about the same age that I got one, and I'm not going to care that all of his friends have phones. I'm not doing it. My kid's not being babysat by an iPad either.
Yeah, that's
not happening.
No shot. Like I said, I'm not even anywhere close to being ready for a kid, but I already know that my kid is gonna not grow up with a fucking screen in front of his face every hour of the day.
Like there's a good way to like video games. Me growing up, video games is a huge part of my life. Like I wouldn't be talking to you guys without my mom buying me a Nintendo 64. But there was a balance. Like good grades was always one. Hanging out with my brothers was a good thing. Doing chores,
baseball.
So it's like honestly, just like Shelfy said, it's up to your parents and the way that they raised you. A lot of these parents are out here not really giving a fuck. Yeah,
and that's the iPad babysitting thing. Most of it is parents that just don't feel like they have time. Instead of I don't know how to word this. It's tough. It's just like
no. You know what I noticed the most when I worked at Apple, bro. And people would come in, like adults would come in with their phones that need to be fixed, and they bring in their kids. They would literally tell their kids to go and play with the iPads while they got their stuff fixed. And it's the same at home.
They do it at home. They do the exact same thing at home.
Yep.
And like, it's in a way, it's the same thing that we grew up on video games. They're growing up on iPads, but I can't open an app and see someone get raped on my Nintendo 64.
Yep.
If I leave my kid on his iPad for an hour, I don't know what he's going to download. I know you can put like preferences or settings and whatnot to prevent those things from happening, but there's so many different apps out there. There's so many different sources. There's so many different places that they can go and find things that will fuck you up.
Yeah.
All the way up.
Anyone that retweets that, if you guys are following me, if you retweet that stuff, just know you're getting blocked as soon as you retweet anything that has to do with beheadings, ISIS.
Oh my goodness, it's the worst, dude.
Yeah.
That is the worst. I promise you, I have not watched one since the first one. The very first video I ever bumped into, and I didn't even really understand what was happening when it first started. Watching someone get their head literally cut off is probably the craziest shit.
Still to this day, it's like...
I can say I have actually not seen a beheading. I'm never going to, but the one I saw that literally in the same boat never made me want to see one again, as I saw some guy get lit on fire.
Yeah, dude.
It's just, it's fucking brutal, but like I said, there's so much negative with it, but there's also so much positive with it, and, you know...
You got to focus on that.
Yeah, you got to focus on that. And what I kind of wanted to ask you guys about, since there's that big positive side, and like we've said, we've made our living on social media, we've had so many opportunities. Like, you guys have got to do some fucking incredible stuff, especially in the last year. Like, you got to go to Japan.
Yep.
You got to go to the All-Star game and the World Series for baseball. Like, you know, you guys did all this cool stuff. So at the end of the day, with all the negative that goes on with it, it's completely changed your life in both a social and professional manner.
Yeah.
So it's just, like I said, it just all comes back to balance, man.
Yeah. Well, I think me and Fuzz are two level-headed, positive people that try our best not to be negative influences on the people that watch us and follow us.
Yeah.
And I think you can tell when someone's a douchebag.
Yeah.
No, even through their Twitter account or their YouTube, even if they're being sarcastic, you can tell if someone's a douchebag on the internet. And you just you have to be smarter. You have to know what you're watching. You need to understand what you're looking at and what you're reading. And you need to be able to break down whether something is good or bad.
Yeah, thinking critically about what you're watching and making your own decision about it is also incredibly important, because the mob mentality nowadays is ridiculous. You see somebody, or you see a video posted by some controversial figure, whether he's good, bad, whatever. It gets, 4,000 likes, but it's got 16,000 dislikes on a video. Like, most people are probably going to see that higher dislike number, and they're going to be like, yo, I want to jump into the party here and dislike it without even watching the video.
100%.
Like, or even something way less, crucial than that. The stupid egg on Instagram. The egg that broke the record. It's literally a picture of the egg, but people are just going to go like the picture just because everybody else is doing it. It's just that mob mentality.
And like, the mob mentality comes down to being a follower and not a leader. That's all it comes down to.
And without sounding too egotistical, I think that's why us three are sitting at this table as opposed to the thousands of people that wish they were sitting in our positions. Like, they're not willing to take the risks. They're not willing to sit down and think about the decisions they're making and what they're saying behind the screen.
They're not happy enough.
Yeah.
They're not happy enough.
But there's also a lot of people like expecting things to be given to them as well. There's a lot of people not wanting to work hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that's what goes into it too. It's like,
I'm not even going to lie. I mean, I may just be arrogant about it, but I truthfully don't even think like I have a great work ethic. Like, I'll get my shit done, but I think I just kind of know, like, when I need to kick it into gear and when I'm, being lazy and stuff like that. But it's not even about that. It's just kind of like passion and, like, knowing exactly what you're doing and what you need to do. Because, if I'm not feeling it, like, I'm not always going to sit there and, like, grind something out or finish a video or do something like that. Like, I'll take breaks. I'll do what I need to do, but I'll still get it done. But I don't have always that crazy work ethic that like somebody like Gary Vee or somebody has, who was like never stop hustling. I was like, that's not always me. So not everything works for everybody. But at the end of the day, like, you got to take advantage of what you have as your traits and what you're doing, because if you're not, somebody else is going to do it.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen. As we sit here today, I'm not going to be uploading on YouTube for 4 days because I didn't get a couple videos done that I planned on getting done.
Found it, bro. Neither did I.
But I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care. We're right now. People don't understand this part of YouTube, but this time of year is very bad.
You don't make money.
You don't make very much money this time of year. It's stressful. The game that we play is in the very, very back half, the back end of the year. And I needed to relax with my wife for a couple days.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to come out of here for 4 days. We're in San Diego. I'm away from Ashley. I needed to relax with her. And I just fuck it. I'll do it when I get home.
Yeah.
It's not that big a deal.
Yeah, it's
I'm goal driven. I'm going to go home, and then I'm going to do those videos, and they'll be up next week. And they're going to bang just like they would have banged if I would have got them done for now.
Yeah.
But I think that's the problem with social media is like everything is instant gratification, and the minute that people aren't getting that, they think something's wrong.
Yeah.
And that's when like you get depressed. That's why you get stressed. That's why people are like, "What's going on with Shelf? What's going on with Koogs? You all right, man?" Like,
where are the videos?
I'm just taking a break. You know, like I
Yeah.
double uploaded all of December and November. Like, can I take it?
I have uploaded 40 videos in the last 35 days.
For real.
Give me a weekend.
let me live a little bit.
But that's the stigma.
Eagles just lost in the divisional round. Let me weep, dude.
Is that what we're doing right now? Is that what we're doing?
I had to bring it up at some point.
It's okay, man. You can't win every year.
He's a big Philly fan.
It's all right. I'll live.
Yeah.
I waited a quarter century for the first one. I can handle a loss.
You've seen a Phillies and an Eagles championship all within the span of 10 years.
Have the Flyers won? I don't follow hockey very much.
Flyers haven't won a cup in 45 years. There's like a running joke. They haven't won a Stanley Cup in almost 14,000 days. It's embarrassing.
Damn.
Yo, and even though you didn't get a chip from the Sixers, it must have been pretty sick to watch Iverson go at it.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, well, even now, like the whole process
the Sixers are really, really good right now.
They're fun to watch.
The problem is the NBA's top-heavy.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's unfortunate.
It's not like the MLB or even the NFL. Like, I truly think the NFL right now, anybody could win.
Yeah.
Any of those 4 teams that are left could win.
Yep.
MLB, if you're a baseball fan, you know once you make the postseason, anything can happen.
Yep.
Basketball, you know who's going to be in the finals. Or at least you know who's going to be in the conference finals.
Well, it's the same thing with hockey.
Yeah.
You see 7, 8 seeds make it to the Cup all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, when the Flyers went to the Cup in 2010, the Eastern Conference Finals was the 7 seed versus the 8. And that happens. That's not like a super rare thing. Basketball is the only sport that's like that top heavy.
Yeah.
I think it comes down to how many people play. Every other football, there's 53-man roster. Hockey's got 25 guys that all play every night. Baseball's got 9 positions, multiple pitchers pitch in every game. Basketball's 5-on-5.
Yeah.
One person can take over a game.
Yeah, 100%.
One person
100%.
can completely take over a basketball game.
That's why those basketball players, even going back into social media, they have such big brands now because they're such big superstars.
Yep.
LeBron can change a game like that. Russell Westbrook can change a game like that. Kevin Durant can change a game like that. They have that star power that other sports don't necessarily give you. Like, yeah, you can say Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time, and he may get the job done in clutch situations, but he's also got 6 guys blocking in front of him that allow him to stay in the pocket. So, like, he better be buying his offensive line dinner every night after every game, like, because they are the reason he's so successful, other than, of course, his football IQ or whatever. But LeBron can literally just dribble up the court, shoot a 3 every time without having to worry about any of his teammates.
Yep.
Just give me ISO and I'll take it. Like, you can take over a game, and that shows with how big of brands they've been getting. Like those basketball contracts, just what is LeBron's?
That's half their money.
What is LeBron's?
Their sneaker deals are just as big.
LeBron's got $1 billion contract from Nike.
I thought it was $1 billion. Yeah. That's fucking.
I think it was either it was like a 10-year or a lifetime contract.
I'm pretty sure Durant's is like $300 million too.
Yeah.
His sneaker deal, not his NBA contract, where he's making like I think $30 million
I think
a
he's
year.
sponsored, like Curry has his shoes. He's sponsored by Brita. All these different companies that just throw money at you. And like we've done brand deals before for SeatGeek. It's not hard.
It's the easiest thing ever.
No.
And it's fun too.
Because when you work in the public eye, you yourself is the value. Fuzzy.
Yeah.
You, Preston,
Fuzzy, you're the
you
influencer.
are the value.
Yeah.
You don't have to do any other work other than to just be yourself. That's the value. People are going to pay you to do what you're already doing because they want to put their brand on your name.
I think the biggest example, like regardless of what you guys think of him, so I went to high school with Rice Gum, and he was in a Super Bowl commercial. Like regardless of what you think, that's kind of cool.
That's dope.
The fact
that's awesome,
that,
dude.
Like,
it was a monster commercial. Yeah,
it was a monster. Like Iggy Azalea, again, whatever you think of her. But not many people can say that they were on a Super Bowl commercial in the fourth quarter during the Patriots comeback, overcoming the Falcons. You know what I mean? Like that's a big time moment. So,
I mean, that's the same thing with me and you, dude.
For real,
this work that we've been doing with MLB is a life-changing opportunity.
That's another thing too. Is like the reason why I like to preach positivity is when I first was on the come up, I'd be sending Koogs like different comments on your videos. Yo, check me out, please. And same with Shelfy, and none of you guys would ever respond. Like I had like 300 subs, and then Shelfy commented on one of my videos, "Hey, you want to do a pack and play?"
Yeah.
We did a pack and play. That changed my life. And then like a year goes by, I get the call from Jamie. Yo, you want to do this thing? Who's the first person I call that wants to, like, I want to take across the country with me to do this shit? Shelfy.
Yeah.
So it was like a full circle.
It's funny.
Moment.
It's like the that comment that he left on your video is like the rock paper scissors that you wanted to get with Ashley. It's like that was the life changing fucking moment. It was either a game of rock paper scissors or a YouTube comment. Shit just happens.
Dude, I was writing my subs on a whiteboard and everything like that, and it went from you leaving a comment on my video to us flying to the Little League World Series for free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Crazy. Yep.
Full circle. So just be nice to other people. It comes around. It really does. Like positivity spreads.
Yeah.
We'll probably wrap this up here in a couple minutes, but I just want to like just kind of like an ending note for people that watch this. Obviously, you know, if they're coming from like my main YouTube channel or whatever, they probably will see this and be like, "Oh, Fuzzy and Shelfy are on here."
Yeah.
A lot of them kind of look up to us, or they're you know, obviously they're influenced by us or whatever. If you use that title, if you could give like just one piece of advice to those people that are like just starting out, or even have a little bit of a base going, and then they're trying to take it to the next level, what do you think you would say? Because I've thought about this, and there's a bunch of different things I could say, but finding like the number one tip is truly hard for me to like actually
specifically with like being a creator.
Yeah. And it could be for anything. It doesn't have to be gaming. It doesn't have to be anything. Like if you just want to get into YouTube and you want to make videos and try to turn your dream into reality,
you need to know who you are. You need to have a very realistic understanding of you as a person. This is my question. If anyone's listening to this right now and you want to be a content creator, let's say hypothetically you put something up tomorrow that goes viral and blows up. Just like that, overnight. And this happens for people.
All the time.
What type of person do you want to be when all of these people are looking at you? Mm-hmm. Because if you don't make that decision until after all of these people are looking at you, you're going to make a shit ton of mistakes, and you're going to make those mistakes in the public eye, and it's going to affect the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So you need to be happy. You need to understand who you are as a person, and whether that means that you're a loudmouth douchebag or you're the nicest, sweetest person in the world, doesn't matter. Be you, be okay with being you, and be happy with that, and don't care at all what anyone else has to say about what you're doing.
100%. Preach that shit. God damn. Yeah, I mean, people, and like you were saying, like if you figure that after the fact, after it goes viral, at that point you're letting other people tell you who you are or how you should feel.
Yeah, and then if you like, let's say you blow up, and at that point in time you're immature and a little bit of a douchebag, and then it could be the best decision in your life to decide, I'm not going to be like that anymore. I'm going to be a happier person. I'm going to be a more positive person. Since you made that decision while you're already partially famous, people are they're gonna call you fake. They're gonna say you've changed. They're gonna attack you no matter what at that point. So you just need to make sure that you're okay with what you're doing, because that's the only opinion that matters. And then just be happy with it. That's it.
Fuzzy, what about you?
I think my biggest thing when I first started is I was subscribed to so many people that had so many subs and so many views that when I started it, I thought to myself, yeah, I'll have that couple months. And then the first month I was on YouTube, 30 views, 20 views, 30 views, one like, 5 dislikes. I'm like, I can't do this. So I think the biggest thing is like have proper expectations going into it and know that it's going to be a slow start. But once you get the ball rolling, it's a snowball effect. So if you have a rough first month, it doesn't mean that you're not good. It just means that you're just getting your feet wet. So I'd say like have proper expectations. You're not going to be Jake Paul or Koogs or Shelfy 6 months into YouTube. Like it takes time.
I think in the same boat as Jake Paul.
No,
no, I'm saying
in terms of like count, not necessarily as a
I don't count. I mean, Major League Baseball flew me to Japan.
If you think about it, like if you put things into perspective, Jake Paul's like a top vlogger, and he's a vlogging community. Yeah. We have our MLB The Show baseball community. You could say that you're the Jake Paul. Like in terms of views wise.
Yes, no, I get me.
Like I could be fucking Logan Paul. Shelfy could be, I don't know what's
Casey
his name.
Neistat.
Casey Neistat.
Oh,
so like,
let's go.
I'd rather have that.
#ad.
But I like Shelfy's advice. But if I had to do anything, I would say the stress of not getting the views can deter you from even chasing your dreams, because I think it's like 70% of kids nowadays don't want to be athletes. They want to grow up to be a YouTuber.
They want to be ninja.
They want to be ninjas. So take your time. You guys are young.
Yeah.
You guys have a lot.
Gotta do research.
Do your research.
Understand tags, titles,
thumbnails.
Search traffic.
Don't be ripping other people's content and uploading it thinking that you're doing a good service. Like fucking Fortnite clips.
Yeah.
Not even your content. Like, make your own content.
Yeah, if your content is destroying someone else, you're not making content.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff.
What you just said, destroying somebody else, yes, you're not making content. If you're satirically making a video poking fun at a certain thing somebody did.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
I'm talking like Cody Co. I'm talking like stuff like that. If it's all for fun, just fair use and stuff like that, I think that's fine. But if you're literally sitting there like, this guy fucking sucks, fuck this guy, everything.
I'm not going to say his name, but there's a guy in the fitness YouTube industry, and he has gotten famous just trashing other fitness YouTubers.
Really?
That's all he does is trash other fitness YouTubers. And he doesn't do it.
Is he balding? Okay,
yeah. He's not like, it's not like a funny thing either. It's like you said. It's like he legitimately wants to destroy these people.
That's crazy, dude. So yeah,
you never get anywhere with that ever.
I think
the one thing that we can all agree that has helped us in our careers is being good people.
Yeah.
So the minute that you go around that, I think it all comes back. Like, I don't believe in karma per se, but I think that life kind of, if you put things out, sometimes it kind of returns the favor.
Yeah.
So just be a good person.
And I think my tip, honestly, is it goes mainly for the younger crowd because, like you said, a lot of those kids don't want to grow up to be athletes. They want to grow up to be a YouTuber or like a big content creator or whatever. A lot of those kids within 12 to 15, 12 to 16 range, somewhere around there. When you said take your time, I thought of this saying that I heard a while back. Take whatever age you're at right now and double it. And that's how old you'll be in 2 lifetimes. So, like, right now, if I double my age, I won't even be 50. I got so much fucking time left.
Yep.
Hopefully, knock on wood, that nothing happens. But you have all the time in the world to figure things out and to get yourself moving. Like, especially if you're 12. Dude, if you're 12 and you double your age, you're older than me. Like, you're my age. Like, it's just, there's time. You can figure it out. You don't need to rush things. You don't need to go crazy right off the rip. Like, just, understand who you are.
Yep.
Have your expectations leveled. And just take your time and do it. It doesn't mean don't hustle. Doesn't mean don't go hard every day. Just take your time. Don't freak out if things aren't moving right away.
Yep.
So there's a lot of good things you could take away from that. But
don't be jealous of others either. It's a good saying. I like it. It's like my favorite saying nowadays. Don't go hungry staring at another man's plate.
I love that.
Really, like, if you see someone getting 10K views, don't be like, damn.
Full transparency.
He's getting 10K views, I'm not. Let me just quit.
Full transparency, MLB 16, the end of that game, going into 17, I was jealous as fuck of Mighty Goat. Because Mighty Goat was blowing up at the end of 16, going into 17. I was so jealous, but he's my boy.
It motivates you.
Yeah.
And to me, there's a little bit of, like, what the fuck is happening? And then the other side is, okay, I want to beat this kid.
Yeah.
So
competition.
Let it motivate you. Don't let it get you down.
Yeah.
We've been all over the place with this podcast, but we've been talking for almost 45 minutes, so I think we can probably call it here. So
no, this is a solid round table of philosophers right here.
Yeah, we got to do this. We got to do this on like Discord.
Yeah, you should just like take this podcast and like have like a mini book written on it or something.
Just the philosophies of 3 baseball influencers in San Diego.
What are you gonna title this? Tinder dates?
I was thinking about that in my head while somebody was talking. I'm
Tinder
like,
dates, MySpace, and
social media or Tinder, beheadings and Tinder.
No, dude.
But Fuzzy, where can people find you if they want to contact you?
You can find me on the tubes. Just type in Fuzzy if you like Twitter and stuff. I'm not big on social media. I'll be real with you guys. I'm not big on plugs. If you find me, you find me. Okay. That's how I go about it.
Yeah.
Well, Dan.
Well, you can find my YouTube. You just type in Shelfy, Shelfy. If you're in the video game stuff, I stream on Twitch. That's real Shelfy, not the fake one. And if you want to stay updated on stuff, you can follow me on Twitter. If not,
what's the Twitter?
Real Shelfy.
Okay.
Why is your Instagram Danny Boy?
I'd never
or Danny Robb.
I was never planning on making an Instagram around my like gaming stuff.
Yeah.
But once I got to a certain point where it was like, okay, I can actually like pursue this, I was just like, I'm just gonna start letting people follow my Instagram, but I didn't want to change the name.
So that's why I'm happy my name is just kind of synonymous with like my nickname. Like it's easy.
Yeah, mine's not.
If you guys want to find me, you know where to find me. All the links are in the description at Koogs46 on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. If you want to follow me on Instagram, Koogs46. Thank you, Shelfy and Fuzzy, for joining me. If you guys want to see them back on, I could get them on Discord at some point, I'm sure. But we will have more guests coming to the podcast soon. But thank you for listening. Subscribe on iTunes if that's where you're listening. Like the video on YouTube. You guys know what to do. Just do whatever the fuck you need to do on whatever you're listening from. So thank you for listening. I'm out.
Hey.